Australia has taken another major step towards reopening to the world, rolling out a digital border pass to allow international arrivals. Nine Federal Politics reporter Eliza Edwards joins us now from Canberra. Eliza, how will it work?
Well, Carl, travellers wanting to enter Australia will need to complete a digital passenger declaration 3 days before boarding their flight to show they've been vaccinated. This replaces the physical incoming passenger card that we fill in at the airport, with the digital information to be passed on to the states for contact tracing if needed. The federal government wants this system to be up and running in order for the international border to reopen as soon as November, so we can finally welcome back international tourists, skilled workers, tourists as well, and finally be reunited with loved ones. Carl?
Well, New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian has warned unvaccinated residents not to assume they'll be granted freedom. This as the state inches towards 70%. It follows comments from Deputy Premier John Barilaro that those who remain unvaccinated will only have to wait several weeks to rejoin society. Infectious diseases expert Professor Peter Collignon joins me now in Canberra. Nice to see you this morning, Professor. Is it safe for unvaccinated people to have the same freedoms once the state hits 80%?
Well, there are differences. You're much more protective if you're vaccinated, both for an individual and those around you. But this will be grey. There'll be it won't be absolute like they did in England, you know, all restrictions are off. This will be a gradual restriction or reduction in restrictions depending on how much vaccination there is, but also how much circulation there is. And so there will likely, I think, be very differences between the vaccinated and unvaccinated. That doesn't mean the unvaccinated will have to stay completely at home, that they may be well limited to not being able to go indoors for longer, for instance, than the unvaccinated, because vaccination gives you a 90% reduction in your risk of getting into hospital and a higher reduction in risk for not dying. So relatively, while it may be your decision not to get vaccinated, it leads not only you with a problem, but everybody around you, because you're more likely to get the virus and spread. So yes, I think there will be a difference, at least for a while.